All right, today we're going to talk about the characteristics of quadratic equations. And first thing we need to remember is that the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. The a is in front of your quadratic term, the x squared. The b is in front of your linear term, and your c is your constant. C is also considered to be your y-intercept. So you should be able to figure out your y-intercept real easy if you have it written in standard form. Then we have a couple more equations that we need to either remember from Algebra 1 or we need to learn them for Algebra 2. Axis of symmetry is the imaginary line that your graph can be folded along so that it's a mirror image of each other. And the form of that is x is equal to, and it's an equation, so x is equal to the opposite of your b value. And your b value is the same b value that you had here, divided by 2 times your a value. And your a value is the same one you have here. And to find your axis of symmetry, you would solve that, get what x equals, and then you would draw a dotted vertical line through whatever x equals. To figure out your vertex always goes through your axis of symmetry. So whatever your axis of symmetry value is, that is going to be your x value in your vertex. Then you take this x value and you plug it back into whatever equation you had, and then that will give you your y value of your vertex. Okay? So if we're looking at some graphs and we want to know what are the coordinates of the vertex. Well, my vertex is a point in which it stops turning in one direction and turns and goes in the opposite direction. So for this one, the coordinates of the vertex is going to be located at our origin, so it's going to be at 0, 0. For this one, I want to know what is the y-intercept. So I want to know where does it cross my y-axis. So this one, it crosses the y-axis at y equals 0. A couple other different types of equations. What's the equation of the axis of symmetry? So we're looking here. This is my vertex. So my vertex is located at -1, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's my vertex. And remember, the axis of symmetry is the x value of our vertex. So the equation is x is equal to -1. If we're looking at this and we want to know what's the maximum or minimum, in this case, because it opens down, our x squared value in our equation is negative, so it opens down. This is our vertex located at 4, 6, 7, 8. 4, 8 is our vertex. Our axis of symmetry equation is x equals 4. And our maximum is at our y value. So our y value here is y equals 8. So you've got lots of information that you can figure out just from looking at the graph. If you look at this graph and we want to know what is the y-intercept, well, it crosses the y-axis at 0. If I ask for the vertex would be located at 1, -1. My minimum value is at y equals -1. My axis of symmetry equation is x equals +1. Okay? If I look at this a little bit closer, I can even come up with the equation for this one. I have x equals 0 and x equals 2. So if I go back and I set this equal to 0, I would subtract 2 from both sides. So I have x minus 2 equals 0 would be a factor. So if I have x times x minus 2 equals 0, and I actually used my distributive property, I would get x squared minus 2x equals 0, and that would be my equation for this graph. If I need to find the y-intercept of the parabola, well, remember all the way back in the very first one where I said the c value is your y-intercept? This is my c value because it doesn't have an x with it. It's the constant, so that's my c value. So y is equal to 23/4 would be my y-intercept, okay? Or we can look at it this way. If I plug this whole equation into Desmos and I put a point right there, 5.75 is the same thing as if I made this into a mixed number. 4 goes into 23 5 times, with 3 left over, so 5 3/4 is 5.75. That is my y-intercept. Remember, you can still always use Desmos. If I plug this equation in, I want to know what my axis of symmetry equation. Well, if I look at it real quick, I can tell lots of things from my equation. This 9 is my C value, so that's my y-intercept. And from looking at the graph, there's my y-intercept. If I use my formula, x is equal to the opposite of b over 2a, well, my b value is a -4, so the opposite of a -4 over 2 times my a value is 1. That's going to give me a +4 over 2, or just 2. So my axis of symmetry equation is x equals 2. I get that from the x value of my vertex. Let's look at another graph, see what we can come up with. I have no c value, no constant in my equation. So that would be my y-intercept is equal to 0. And we see that here. It's equal to 0. If I look at this and I want to know what my axis of symmetry is, this is my vertex. The x value of my vertex is my axis of symmetry. So that would be x is equal to -1. All right? Once you get used to looking at certain parts of it, you should be able to find it. Again, y-intercept, my c value, my y-intercept is 7/2. If I look at this, it's written as a fraction. 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. So 3.5 is the same thing as 3.5. If I needed to know what my axis of symmetry equation is, it should be -3, but let's try it. So I'm going to do x is equal to the opposite of my b value, which is 6, over 2 times my a value, which is 1. And that gives me a -6 over 2, which is a -3, and that is my axis of symmetry. The vertex of this one. All right, let's see if we can find our vertex. I see it down here, but let's see if we can figure it out. Remember, this would be my y-intercept. So the opposite of 7 over 2 times 1. So -7/2. That's going to be the x value of my vertex. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that -7 over 2, and I'm going to plug it into my original equation everywhere I have an x. Plus 7 times -7 over 2 plus 3. Well, when I work with this, I'm going to plug it into my calculator, and I'm going to take a -7 divided by 2, and I'm going to square it. And that's going to give me, and I'm just going to leave it as a fraction, 49 over 4. And then I'm going to do 7 times a -7 over 2. And that's going to give me 49 over 2, and it's negative, plus 3. And then if I go to my calculator, and if I add all of these things together, I get -37 over 4, which is the same thing as -9.25. So just plugging all of this into the calculator, I can come up with that this is my vertex. So I've got it written in fractional form, and Desmos has it written in decimal form. So these are almost exactly like the questions that you're going to look at when you get to your IXL problems. Find the minimum. So this one is just a quadratic equation in standard form, so the minimum would be at 0, 0. Hopefully you know that one by now, so you wouldn't have to actually graph that one. But if not, remember to go back in, plug it into Desmos, and you can graph it. Okay, so hopefully that is all you need to know about the characteristics of a quadratic.